So in previous class, we have covered the higher order functions, which are map, filter, and reduce. And I have told you how this is working. We have seen the filter, we have seen the map function, which takes the function as a argument, and if we put a iterator object as an input, it automatically go inside the iterator object and do our work. So if I show you, again, I just want to recall, suppose this is the menu of the coffee, and this is the function you have implemented, find coffee. So you just have to return that coffee. I mean, you have to go on inside the coffee, and at every index, pick the first element of a string. This is how you access the elements of a string. And then you are saying, return me that coffee which start with the letter C, and then return that coffee. How this thing is working with the help of map function. I mean, if you have to do it iteratively, then you was like def find coffee iterative without using any higher order function, without using map function, map, filter, reduce, whatever. Okay, so you was like, for each item in menu, and then you will be checking if item of 0th index, which means now you got espresso, which is a string data type. You are asking, okay, give me the value at the first 0th index, which is E. So you're checking if 0th index value is equal to the letter C, then I will go with this coffee. Then you are saying, okay, this is the I got that thing, that coffee. Menu you have passed, and suppose you are just saying ki just print it. Okay, just print it, or no, let's make a new no, not new, picked coffee, new empty list, and you say, okay, if it is matching, then return me this. So you are saying, okay, in picked coffee dot append the matched item, then and then in last return picked coffee. And if you have to, this is the iterative way. This is the without using the higher order function, which is map, without using the map function itself. So you have to call it. Then you will be like print. I told you print. I told you that if you remember that example, like you are on third floor, you are on ground floor, your friend is on third floor. He's asking for something. That's how the function work. They return something. So print function can accept any number of arguments. So it is returning something. So print function is picking it. So if I write print find coffee iterative, and this is how I'm calling the function, and you will see the output. Output is cappuccino or cortado. And if it is returning something, I have to catch it. It is returning me one item. So a equal to find. I'm just showing you how this print is working, and I'm receiving the output in a variable, and again I'm using print. So print catch something as well. So here you have just write it in short, and actually it should be like this. So this will also work. Answer. Okay, now what higher order functions do, which is map, filter, reduce. Okay, so it accepts a function itself and a iterable. It returns a iterator object of a iterable that apply function to each item of a iterable. This means here you have to do too much work. here what you have to iterate on every here you have to iterate on every item, and then wait, sorry. Yeah. So here you have to iterate on every item and then check it, and then you have to append in another variable, and then you will get the output. But what happened with the higher order functions? The iteration part is done by the function itself. So if you will see here, find coffee. This is I just defined a small function. Okay. And what coffee is accepting, I will tell you internally. So here you have used the map function. What map function take? A function and a iterator, which is iterator argument, which is a list. So what it do, you don't have to iterate on every item of the list. It automatically give each item as an input to this function. So first it is given espresso. Espresso is there? No, it's not matching this character C. Cappuccino and cortado match, and then it is giving you output. What output it will give? It will give you a iterator object. If we will print, it is giving you a iterator object. What you can do, you can iterate on the iterator object, and then you can use it. So if if you will use this, let's see what will be the output. See carefully. So the output is none, which means is first item match to C? It's saying no. Second item match to C? It's saying no, none, none, none. It returned none because nothing is matched. And here the items which are matched, so it is giving them as a output. Or you can, what you can do as well, print list map coffee. So you are interpreting the iterator as a list. You're interpreting the map object as a list. Sorry. Look, this is the output. But what filter function do? If you will use the filter function here, if you will use the, instead of map, if you will use the filter function, what it will give you? It will not give you none, because filter function, how it work? It construct an iterator from the item of iterable that satisfy a certain condition. It means if the condition is true, if wherever the condition met true, it will only give that output. But in map function, even it is true or false, it will give you something. This is how the filter function work. So if you will see here, again, I'm explaining because these are very important thing. These higher order function or okay. So if you will see here in this example, here, okay, filter find coffee. Let me remove it from here. In this example, if you will see, this is a name list and I'm getting output as a filter. This is a lambda function where I'm saying if length of every name is greater than 4, only give me those names. So it is applying a kind of filter. Here you will see the answer. Answer is a object. What you can interpret as an object, you are interpreting that object as a list. So it has given you list. If you interpret object as a set, it will give you a set. And if you interpret object as a tuple, it will give you a tuple. When the set is empty, which is wrong, so it will give you a tuple and it will give you a set as well. Here and then this. Now ITR I have already explained. Now come to reduce. What this do? Apply a particular function passed in its argument to all the list items. So it is like it is shortening the answer. It will only give, the reduce function not return any list or any iterator. It will give you an exact answer. So here what I'm saying, this is my length of the rod. This is the my sum of every item, like 75 plus 65, 80, 95, whatever is the sum. You can see key 365 is the sum. And then what I am saying to this thing, total. So I'm using this reduce. This is how you can use reduce, functional tools dot reduce. lambda x and y, x plus y. Here what I'm saying, assign x at 75, y at 65 at both these values. Then whatever the output will come, assign x to again, y to 80 at both of these. And then keep going on until you reach the end of the list. So here what you are passing a function, which is, this is a lambda function, which are called shorthand function as well. You can create on the fly, or you can make your own function like here you made your own function. Find a coffee, def find a coffee. This is how we make a function. And then you passed a function and a iterator to the function and iterator to the map input. So you will see, okay, because I will erase that function anyway. So yeah, so you will see it is giving you a single value output. That's why it is called as reduce. So it is reducing your whole list to a single output. This is how it works. You can't you can't just say to reduce that, give me the list, give me the sequences output. It will always give you a single number. Then again, this is all function which return true if all the element of an iterable are true. If every condition satisfies something, then it is giving you true. I have taught you this all and any in the previous classes as well. Now, one more important thing, switch case. So what are switch cases? If someone has programmed in C++, they will get to know like what are the switch case statement. And this switch case statement recently got added to the Python, which is Python 3.10. Currently, we're at Python 3.11. So this switch case thing is very new, and it is very useful as well. So I've taken an example for you guys. Okay. So whenever whatever way we interact with website and all, there is something called API response. We call API and then we get the output. API is like we request for something and then we got the output. Suppose you are trying for you're trying for restaurant near me. It has given you this restaurant. Okay. Now I have click on this and then reserve a table. Now I have hit the Google API, which reserve the table for me and make a booking. And then again, it will again hit a API to the Magic Pin, and then Magic Pin guys will do a booking for me at this hotel, at this restaurant. So there are some API response which you receive whenever you make API call. So this is not API. I'm not teaching API. This is what I'm teaching you, like how this switch case work. Okay, write a code for you. So suppose HTTPS status is equal to 200. Okay, this is your HTTPS status. So it is equal to 200, which means okay, everything is okay. It passed. Your API not filled. It worked. I mean your website request not filled worked. And then here you are saying HTTP status equal to 200. If HTTP status is equal to 200, or HTTP status is equal to 201, which means in the range 200 to 299 it is successful. So what I'm saying, print successful, print success. Okay, here what I'm saying, elif if my HTTP status is equal to 400, I'm saying client error. So you will say it's a bad request because we are not get any response from the server. That is a bad request. We have seen many times on the website, bad request. So my API failed. If what I'm saying, elif HTTP if my HTTP status is equal to 404, which means the um the information which are requested to not present on the server, not present on the website, not found. Now, if you will see, this is client error, if this is server error. So this means if HTTP status is equal to 500 or HTTP status is equal to 501, which is this server error. Okay, you say print server error. Now, if none of the condition met, then you will say else print unknown. Now, if you run this program, you will see it has print success because the value is matching this 200. If you will give something like 404, it will say, yeah, not found. So there are, if you will see, there are too many if else statement. When you work on code base, it become very heavy to maintain this, because suppose you made a change in any of the if else statement, and then while debugging, you have to make sure, okay, the change is here, and then you have to go through all the if else. So if they're like here are like 3 elif, but just imagine there are like so many elifs. So it's really hard to keep track of your code. And this is a bad coding writing style, using too many if else statements. So now there's something called switch case, which works same in the same way, but it will save our time, or like it make our code look more professional, which is switch case. So if I come to code, I will say it start with the match syntax, and then I'm saying match, and then HTTP status. So my input is like HTTP status, which was here. Okay. So this is the syntax of the switch case statement. So let's see. Now you are saying, agar if case is equal to case is 0, if case is 200, which means that I have hit this part of if statement, then I will say print success. And suppose it has it was the first part, I mean it was the first if statement. Suppose now you want to place order something, and then you are saying I want to change my API response. So you are saying API response is not only 200, could be 201 as well. So here is the or statement. How you can reuse the or statement in case of switch case? You are writing this or 201. This will again become success. So it's like a this pipe, this line is like a OR operator. Now, if I say you have to say you have to print, you have to go for the 400, which means like bad request. What you can do, if you will say, if the case is 400, then print the same message, that is bad request. And then again you can say, if the case is, if my API API status is between 500 to 500 is the OR operator, 500 to 501. Then there's some problem with the server, and you will return server error. So now you can relate what is the difference between match and the case, because here you have to line this much line of code, this much line of code, this much line of code. Here you have to just do the things in a efficient, clean way, and they're fast as well. Okay, now, and then in last, if none of the case match, then you can say something like, if none of the case match, then the syntax is like this, ways underscore. The syntax is like, if my none of the case match, this colon, and then print unknown. This is how the switch case work. Because I don't have any HTTP status currently, but if I give provide HTTP status, then it will behave accordingly. This is what it comes to switch case. Now, one more important thing I want to tell you, this list comprehension. I want you guys to explore, then I will explain, because I have a lot of comprehensions, list comprehension, dictionary set comprehension as well, generator comprehension. Maybe you have just heard of list comprehension, but I will show you other comprehensions as well. This comprehension means writing everything in one line, and it always give you output as a list or as a assigned data type. If you're using list comprehension, it will give you output as a list, in the tuple as tuple, set as set, and dictionary as dictionary. So I will explain you this thing, but not now, maybe a bit complex. Now let's come to uh, one more thing I want to tell you. Some people have questioned, what is this flag? What is this boolean? Sometimes we set flag in our code. What is this? It's nothing. It's just a variable. Like, you can tweak it according to your work. Like, if you are saying for each range in number 0 to 7, if I is equal to 5, mark it as true. And if the output is true, I mean, if she marked it as true, then you will say like activate missile, and then again you will mark it as 0, which is like flag equal to false. The bit is reset. So this is just this flag thing is a variable. When you solve questions, you will understand this flag thing, but you can do a lot of things with the help of this flag. This is just the way of storing a variable, like kind of hiding it, or whenever you want to start, you can start. So it is sort of like that. Delete this. Print pattern. Okay. It's not important. Well, you guys can do any question and ask me. Mm, uh, okay. Mm, okay. So now we will see what is this. We have covered list and list comprehension is remaining. I will tell them. I mean, I will teach it in future, but let's focus on this. What is not closing? Now come to tuple data structures. How we can create tuple, as you can see, by this circular bracket notation, you can create a tuple. An empty tuple is defined. You're printing the type of the tuple, it is same as list, like just use type. And then you can also, the right way of creating a tuple is this, which is like tuple tuple. I mean, this bracket can notify many things, can signify many things. I can't say that it is just a tuple. I can say he may like he may want a input from my side, which should be the integer input in this temp tup, and then after getting the money, I will go to the shop to buy something. So this is how the tuple work as a like a storage. So you're like storing it. And uh, wait, okay. So as you can see, tuples are ordered and then changeable, and they also allow duplicates. And tuples are indexed. They can't move. Okay. Tuples are indexed, they can't move. When we say tuples are ordered, it means that we have item defined order that order will not change. Okay, makes sense. So tuple is a linear data structure, which means it acts like a list. You can access item using the indexes as well. And then uh, when you want to uh, access some item deleted, the item order will not change, because in list the ordering will change, but in tuple the order will not change. So this is the empty tuple, and then you are saying go at go at um, index 1 and change it. So you want to make a change on a tuple, but as a tuple property you can't make a change because tuple object not support assignment. And here you can see it's a it's apple is written there. You made a tuple, and then you are asking or chasing this type of tuple. You're asking what is your type. I mean, you know it's a tuple, but still you're asking what is the type. It has said, okay, I am a tuple. Here it also said, okay, I am a tuple. But then you and then it's not create one item with tuple. Okay, so these are the two tuples. Let me give you one more example. I was just giving example how this type and tuple work. And then if you will see this example, here what I am doing is, inside the tuple, it can also accommodate any data type, boolean, integer, string, dictionary, list as well. It can take any data type, and if you will print the ID of this, you will see This is your number, infrastructure number. This is your if you will see ID, and you will get the at which memory location this whole thing is present. Now a equal to a equal to tuple 1 of 4. Here I am trying to access the fourth item. It has given me. Here I am 99th item. Here I am saying for the tuple 1, just print uh, ID of this tuple 1. So here you can see the output. And the reason to tell you all of this is because tuple can take any data type inside it, like Python, like list. And one more thing, if you want to add two items in a tuple, sorry, if you want to add a single item in a tuple, it should be like this item and then comma. So it assume the next item is they assume the next item is there is something called list, empty list or empty data. So this is how this thing works. If any question, if any interview question, they will ask you how to create a tuple with only one argument. Then if you will do something like this is not a tuple, but you have to do something like this. You have to append comma at suffix place, which means in the backside. Here you can see. And okay, one more thing. One more thing is access tuple items. So you can also access tuple items like the way you used to access string and list as well. In the same way, you can also access the tuple items. Here what I'm doing is new tuple. Okay. Okay. So one more example. I'm just giving you some examples, so you can get familiar with the tuple because it's a very short topic, not very lengthy. Tuple is a short topic. Okay. Here I have created a list and I'm saying from list make a new tuple, and from list make a new tuple. And then if you will see, if you will see mm, tuple. Okay. Yeah, one more important thing I want. You have seen this how we can typecast tuple and all into different data types. Uh, Suppose there is no append method on tuple, and you have to add two items in a new tuple from the existing tuples. What you can do? There's a plus method in the tuple. So what it will add? It will add two tuple and make a new tuple. There's no add function like append functionality like list on tuple. So here what you can do, here you can how uh, join two tuples. And now we will see. Mm, okay, so here I have to teach you packing and unpacking of tuples or looping, and again more tuples, some more tuple method, and then set. Okay. So okay, I will not go too deeper into looping. You already know how this loop works. So here I'm just looping on tuple. and printing something. In the same way, because I have used the range function, here I'm using the index, and then how I am accessing the values at every index. While loop, I already told you, and then this is the tuple concatenation, I already told you. And then let's check for multiplication on a tuple. Okay, like if I multiply this thing, you will get the babe. And then sorry, you will get the what is written apple. Okay, so yeah, this is multiplication on tuple. So as a string, if you remember, as like in the string, as you remember, you guys try to multiply string many times. In the same way, here I'm trying to multiply a list. I'm giving you reference of a list, and then if you will see, here I'm multiplying a list, and then you are getting 3 times apple. In the same way, I'm trying to multiply a tuple, and then it is multiplying each value inside the tuple by 5 times. So you can do multiplication on tuple as well. Tuple don't have many methods like list. Tuple have 2 methods, which is count and index. You guys can go and explore. They work in the literally same way how they work on list. So the index method will help you that at which index you want to insert item. So you can do with the tuple as well. But just remember, if the tuple is a immutable data structure, once it's created, you can't modify it. So let me delete this. Now we have come to set. So what I say, let's take a break for 5-10 minutes, like 5-6 minutes are fine. I just have to drink water, and then we will see the set there, because there are so many set methods inside it. So we will see the set. We will see the set and how it works, and then after set method, we will see the functions finally. And then I will tell you some list comprehension when we see the set and all. So if you will see, list are the list like list tuples are there, tuples are kind of same, and then we have come to set. So I will take, now it's like 4-9. I will come at 5-7. So stay here.
$1,400, 1,160, 200, 300, 200.
Okay. So yeah, one more thing I want to mention, like, where is it? Like how to create a tuple creation. We have seen that. Add to a tuple and then create a empty tuple. Okay, so yeah, this point I want to mention. I mean, these things you're already familiar with, like how to do slicing on tuple, string, list. Everything is same. So I don't want to repeat the same thing. And if you want to add, there's no append method in tuple. If you want to join two tuples, there's no append method. You can, because tuples are immutable. That's why you can't change them. You can create a tuple initially. That's all. And then if you want to join two, if you want to make a new tuple, you can only join them. It's not like tuples are created, you are again saying, okay, come and add something. No, it because tuples are immutable data type. This is how you delete the tuple. You have seen that. Okay, what I want to share with you. So I was working on a company code base and I have seen that my program was throwing error because I was doing something like this. Let me show you. This is a tuple I want to create with a single element. Suppose it is a string. If I will do it, you will see this thing, print tuple to. If I will try to do this, you will see tuple 2 is this. Okay, it is 999. And then, okay, what was the concept? There was a concept that can't create a single tuple. Why it is not working? Wait, good tuple, bad tuple. It's like, let me go back in this. Okay, so okay, create a tuple. Tuple equal to this, and I assigned name to it. Then print tuple name. Okay, if I do this, what- share your email ID. You will get it because you haven't didn't fill the form. Okay, guys, there was a concept, but I am not getting it. I don't know why it's not working. I will show you later. It was a small concept anyway. So let's come to this this packing and unpacking of tuple. We will see, but before that, we have to. We have to go through functions as well. Then we can understand this. I will come to this. Let's come to set. Okay, this is a whole new data type, set. So set is a collection. is a collection which is used to store elements. They are unordered, which means they are not indexed. They are unchangeable. There's a star as well, because sets are mutable and immutable. So you can change sets are mutable, but if you define a frozen set, then it is immutable. For frozen set, you have to provide that you are making a frozen set, the set which you can't change, and they are unindexed. I mean, unindexed means you can't access set element with the help of index. So sets are unchangeable. You can add or remove items. I mean, sets are let's say changeable first, because it will confuse you. Because frozen sets are unchangeable. I mean, once you define them, you can't change the frozen set. Okay. So how you define set with this bracket notation, which is a wrong way, because if I see in my program, I may assume it as a dictionary as well, because this is how you define dictionary as well. So the good way is defining a dictionary with DICT, we will see. And the good way of defining a set is with the set, with like this, with set keyword and then the circular bracket, round brackets. And if you print, the type is a set, and then here you will see again, if you will print this, the type is a set. Sorry, the type is a dictionary. Okay, so there is a catch, but the moment you start using it as a set, like the append function, the dot add function and all, it will behave like a, I mean, Python is a dynamically typed language, so it assume the data type of the variables the moment you start using it. Here you have not defined that, okay, this is a set, this is a dictionary. So Python by default assume the bracket notation whenever you provide as a dictionary. So just keep this thing in mind. The correct way of defining a set is with this set as a keyword. Set do not allow duplicates, as we know. So this is a set I have mentioned, and then inside this set, I am providing this tuple, and then I'm asking, okay, what is the, just give me the set and what is the length of the set, and I want to access the value at index 3. Then you will see, okay, set is there because it always allow unique elements. So this is called a constructor. I mean, when you learn OOP, you will understand what is constructor and all. So set not allow duplicates. That's why I put apple, mango, mango, apple, mango, apple. It is just giving me apple and mango because of its nature. You said what is the length of my set? It is giving you 2. But now you said, okay, give me item at index 1. So you will see set object not subscriptable, which means they are not indexed, they are not ordered, so you can't loop on them. You can't, no, I mean, you can loop on them, but you can't access the set elements because they're unordered, not like list in the data, inside the data. Inside the computer, they are not stored like 0, 1, 2, 3. I mean, in a sequence. So you can't access set items with the help of indexed because they're unindexed. As I mentioned here, they are unindexed and they're unordered. Now come to this for loop on a set. You can loop on a set, which is here you are looping on a set which is A, B, C, D, E, F, D. You are looping on a set, but if you will see, I have not mentioned this is a dictionary or set. I have just used this notation. But the moment you start putting the elements, Python is coming inside it. Okay, it is saying, okay, this comma, there is no colon. So it is a set. And let's do this. Let's just say this by hash sign. Okay. So if you will see, A, B, D, E, F, everything is there, but I have provided A multiple times. I have provided D 2 times, but the moment I put this inside the set, every value become unique. Sets are very useful when you want to store the unique information. Set has some methods, which is add, clear, copy, difference, update, discard. Most of the method we don't use it, to be true. I've never used these all higher order methods. Maybe I just use add, maybe union, sometimes clear, sometimes different, sometimes. Because the thing is, most of the time we work on the base on list. But if you are a good programmer, then you can select your data types uh, according to the requirement and to save some time. If you're a good programmer, then you know where to use which data type to do your work. Okay. We will quickly see the methods, and I will also share the notebook with you guys by tomorrow. I will make some changes and I will share the notebook with you, and then you can able to practice on notebooks. I mean, you can able to go through the notebook again, not like practice. Okay, so the method which I can see first is union. So union is a method that return a new set containing all the items from n sets slash way to add. It's a way to add two sets, which means this is my set one, this was my set two, this was my set three, and I'm saying on set one union these two set, or you can union one set as well. And when you print the set 4, it is giving you all the unique elements present inside these three sets into a new set, which is set 4. You will see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 repeating two times, but here you are getting just only one time. This is how the union operator works. There's one more thing, update method, which insert the item of in set 2 into set 1, which insert the item of set 2 into set 1, which means set 1 is there, set 2 is there. I'm saying on set 1, update set 2. So here A, B, C, A, I mean, it is again repeating all the elements, and then again I'm repeating C. But if you will see this update, if you will see this update, I will print set 1. You will see my set 1 is updated by the values of set 2. And you can do this thing as well. This is like a set 1 with this symbol. I don't remember the name of the symbol, but yeah, you will find the symbol near backward slash on keyboard. If you do this, sorry, if you will do this, you will get the same output because it's a OR method. This update can be done with the help of this dot update method or with this syntax as well, with the help of this symbol. Something is called intersection update, which is it update value only when the item is common in n sets, which means if you want to update the x set with the value y and z, it will only update the common values among all the three sets. So it will not say like ki 1 to 3 is there, okay, 3 is matching, so I will skip, I will remain, I mean still 1 to 3 is already there. No, whatever is common, it is like something called HCF, highest common factor. So if something is common among all, then it will update it. Why this intersection update is not working? So updating values only when the item is common in n sets. Okay. Okay, this is there. This is there. Okay, yeah. Why it was not working? Mission. Print update. Why? Why? Let me take this out. X and Y and assign a new value A and B. There's A and B. And I will select 3 is common. I'm saying X dot intersection update by BB, which is this. And I have to print AA. Here you will see it is giving me 3. Why it was giving none? Because this method, this function, this function or method, this function is not returning anything. But I was trying to get some value in the print statement. It was just making an update to this variable. It was not returning anything. That's why if the function not return anything, by default we get none. Because it is not returning anything, that is nothing. That's why. Okay. So here you will see print X. Here you will see I have defined a tuple as well, which means X is a set, Y was a set, but Z was a tuple. I can put 1 as well. Z is a tuple. These two are sets. I just thought let's play with Python. Let's see what it will do in case of if one of the argument we provide as a tuple. And you see it is printing all the values which are common in all the three sets. It should be a set technically, but it is giving me output because that's how like the Python work. I will tell you why it is not giving me error. You will see. Let's make a tuple and then put 7. Make a tuple, put 7. Okay. So here, as you can see, this intersection update, it updates the value which is common in all the three items. But in case of tuple, it is working. Let's try for set as well. For list, maybe if I provide a list, maybe this intersection update method, we should work on the we should work on the set. Is it working in the case of list as well? Yeah, it is working in the case of list as well, because it is iterating on every item and just picking the common value. It doesn't matter where what is the value outside, whether it's a set or it's a or it's a list or it's a tuple, because we are using this method on the set itself, not on the list. That's why it is going inside every element and just picking the common one among all the three. Among all the n elements, or among the all n containers. So that's why it is working finely. One more thing is there, intersection. This method returns a new set. That's why if it is returning something, I'm getting it into a new variable. This method not return anything. Something is called symmetric difference, which means this will only keep those elements which are not present in both of the sets. Only those elements which are not present. 45 is present, so it will not take these, it will take the other two. So this is how the symmetric difference update work. Something is called symmetric difference as well. It returns the set with the value which are not present in n number of set. So symmetric difference update is used for the two arguments. If you will provide third as well, I guess it may not work. Just check. 45. Okay, that's what it means. Okay. So it's symmetric difference. What is the difference between symmetric difference update and symmetric difference? Symmetric difference update only take one argument. Take exactly one argument, but I have given two. So it is giving me a error. and symmetric difference in n number of sets. I mean, I can give the argument as well, p equal to 45, and my code will not break. So if you will see, oh, it also take one argument. Why? Anyway, so symmetric difference update is like it update the to both the values which are not common in both of the set. And symmetric difference update can also be done by with this symbol, which is like exponent symbol we say, which is like power of x to the power y in mathematics. So this symmetric difference update can also be done with the help of this symbol. So the difference in both of this is this not written anything. It, as the name says, just focus on the function name. It is saying update. So it is updating the x. What to update? X dot symmetric difference update. Update the x1. Here what I'm saying, just calculate it and give me the output. So it is returning something. This is the only difference, not what I was telling you argument thing. That argument thing is here in this intersection update or in this intersection. Now you can now you can see some of the methods you can also use by yourself. I encourage you, when you will get the notebook, try these methods. I encourage you. Some methods I have intentionally left, like add method, pop method. Just go and try some of the complex methods I have explained. So try these methods. And now come to functions. What is the timing? It's 5:15. Okay. Now come to functions, which is very, very important. So there is something called programming paradigm. So which means how you structure your code, how you program your code, it depends on company to company. Like there are some programming styles which, okay, let me just wait for a second. I guess I have some things. Okay, so yesterday. Okay. Open. Programming paradigms. Okay, got it. So there are three types of programming. There are like many types of programming actually, like the functional programming, which include that you don't have to that higher order functions we have seen, map, filter, reduce, which come under the functional programming. Something is called object oriented programming. Something is called procedural programming. And these are the different way of organizing and structuring your code. So in the same way, the functions come, which is into procedural, the function, like the function itself, which come under a programming paradigm, where we don't have to write the code again and again, where we have to use it. Just write once, just write minimum number of lines and use it again and again. Okay. So function is in every programming language. You provide an input, it give you output. You provide an input, it may not give you output, it will print something as well. So like the example which I was giving, now you will understand. You can pass a data which is called as parameter into a function. You can pass a data which is called parameter inside a function. A function could return some data. This means a function can return or cannot return at all. Let's see. This is a basic function where we want to add two numbers. Just keep in mind whatever we have learned so far. Whenever you have to implement inside a code base or whatever the code base you will see, you will never see anything implemented without a function. So whatever you have done, list, string, something, so you just have to pass here and do your calculations here, which is inside a function. So this function this function is accepting two parameters or arguments, which we say parameters, or you can say as arguments, which is two integer values, num1 and num2. What it is doing, I want to add these two values, assign it to a new variable, and then return it to the user, return the output, return the sum of two numbers to a user. I have provided 9 and 7, and then answer is here. Instead of doing something like this, like a equal to 9, b equal to 7, then c equal to a plus b, then print c, then print c. Still I'm getting my output 16. Okay. Now again I want to do this for another number. Again I have to go back. Okay, then change 67, and then I have to change the number. Then again a plus b, it will give me something. I mean, this is a very basic example. You have to make a lot of changes. So here the function come to here the functions are very useful. You don't have to change every time your body. You just have to change the arguments. It will do for you. Here I can add 90 and 70 as well. I just have to change my arguments, and function will do it for any possible number. Okay, it is not like I'm again going back and again redefining my variable with another number or something. So this is a function body. It is returning something. You will see it is returning something. Now give you another example. Function which is not returning anything. Here I'm providing the two numbers as an argument. I'm saying add the two numbers, then just show me, and then that's all. That's all you have to do. Just show me the number. Just calculate it. Don't give it back to me. Give it back mine. Don't, it's like don't return to me. Look. Here I have just called this function because how you define the function? With the def keyword, function name, this round brackets, and then arguments it will take. It is getting two arguments. Now I've just called the function. It is giving me output. It is not returning anything. But if you try to return, if you try to take like if you try, if it is not returning because we can see on the screen, but still you think it is returning something. You are doing something like this. It is returning. You are getting into a new variable answer and you're printing it. Here you will see. I mean, if I remove this print function, you will understand. It is returning nothing because return will only happen if there is a return keyword. Return will only happen if there is a return keyword. What this means? This means, let's understand by example. Are you guys getting me, right? Are you guys getting me? That's what that's why I am teaching you this function thing slowly. You're getting me now? Yes. Okay. Cool. So let's take an example of both of these two function signature. Let's make a one signature as well. One more function signature. Def do something is my function name. It's not mandatory to provide the arguments. okay to define function like this and then do something. Print hi there, and then I call do something, and then here you will see I have made a function without providing any argument. And the way and when I have to call the function, I have to take care the argument should match, which means if I'm saying the two arguments are here, so I should provide the two arguments. If I say three arguments are here, I should provide the three argument, else it will throw error. If you will see, adding two number, missing one argument, positional argument. It is saying positional argument. I will tell you what are positional and keyword arguments. But yeah, so argument should be same. Let's understand this by example. Here, what you are doing, your friend is at the third floor of the building. You're at ground floor. He has two of your notebooks, like physics and chemistry. You are asking me, you shouted at him, you asked him, do you have those notebooks? He said, he could said yes. Yeah, I have those. What he did, he put both of the notebooks in a bag and dropped back without saying anything. And if he is dropping something, you have to catch it. Okay? You have to catch it if he's dropping something. You got it. You catch it. Okay? Then you catch it, it means it's like returning something. He just dropped it. He dropped it and you catch it. Where you catch it? In the variable answer. Or in reality, you catch it in your hands. You actually use your hands in the same way. You catch it in the variable. This is how you got the output. Second time, you just asked him, do you have my notebooks of physics and chemistry? He said, yeah, they're in your bag. He just shouted at you. He not given you anything, but still you was like opening your hands. He may throw again, but he didn't throw anything, because to throw, he has to use the return keyword. There's no return keyword. The function is not throwing anything. If you want to catch, you get nothing, which is none. Again, it was like you're not asking for your thing. Okay, in this function signature body, here how you can understand. Your friend was there. You just looked at him. You looked at him, and he said, "Hi there." He just waved his hand from third floor of the building. He said, "Hi." You not asked him for anything, or like you just looked at him. So it's like you just looked at him. You just called him. Calling is like you just looked at him. Just understand in the real context. You have not provided any input, and he has not given anything. He just said, "Hi there." These are the three ways. These are three ways how you call the function, how you define the function, how the function work. Now, here you can see function reusability. Here my function is accepting two arguments, and I have to add the numbers, multiply the numbers, subtract the number, and I have to return the numbers. I have to do three things at one time in a single function. I did it. I have given these two numbers. I said add them 9 plus 11 20, multiply them 99, subtract 9 subtract 9 minus 11, which is minus 2. But if you will see, there is some weird thing with this output. I mean, with these output it was fine, but there are some brackets as well with these output, and you know these brackets represent tuple. Now if you will see, these brackets are called tuple. So what happened? Your friend has thrown three things, packed them all inside a bag. You just received a bag full of three different items. Now you have to unzip the bag, I mean unpack the bag and put your items out. But instead of it, what you could have done, you called two more friends of yours and asked them, he will throw three things, just please help me and catch it. And you know that he's gonna throw three things. That's why you call your two of your friend, which is item 2 and item 3. And then you are trying to print each and every value what they have got. Now, instead of packing it into a single bag, he just thrown all of the three items because you have three people to catch it and you got the output. Now there is no tuple. That is called packing and unpacking of tuple. Okay. So when there are multiple return output in a function, what function do to maintain the integrity so someone not change the output? That's why function could have given you a list as well, but lists are mutable. Tuples are immutable. The creator of programmer, he was very intelligent person, he was very wise. That's why I mean the creator, I will say developers are wise. So they said, okay, function, we are using function, but what if someone manipulate the output if we give as a list? That's why they're giving as a tuple, because tuples are immutable. This is how you can relate the various concepts which we have learned so far. So you have received a tuple, which is item 1. Now you have to unpack the tuple. How to do the unpacking of tuple? Here you can see, which is packing and unpacking of tuple. Here there's a tuple. You want to unpack it. Unpack it means just assign a variable for every value of the tuple. Here you are unpacking it. Look, for red, it's cherry. For red yellow, it's apple. For yellow, it's banana. That is called unpacking of tuple. There we are doing the same thing. Our function is returning all of the items into a tuple, and we are receiving the argument. We have made a 3 variable, and then we called our function like this, and then we are unpacking our output, which means we are output is of tuple type. We are unpacking the tuple. One more type of unpacking you can see. You can use there as well. Look, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items are here, but you have made a 1 variable, then a star variable, then 3 variables you have means, but you have 5 items. You try to do this. Let's see. In green, you receive guava, which makes sense. What is the type of this yellow? If you will see, yellow type is list. While unpacking of tuple, if you provide less number of arguments, it will assign it to a particular data type as a list. If you will see yellow will receive 3 items as a list: banana, cherry, apple, and the last one, which is mango, it is received by the variable red. And if you will print it, it will be a string. But while unpacking, if you provide less number of arguments, it will output it as a list. But the packing itself is a tuple. Or if you make right number of variables, then every value will receive the exact same data type. What is here? What will be here? If you will provide this mango as 99 as an integer, and then you will see it was a string, now it will come as integer. Because just like you are picking 99 from here and assigning it to red. It's like red equal to 99. It was like you are doing this. Okay. This was packing and unpacking of tuple. This was function. Now one more thing. This is how you unpacked it. I mean, if you will show you, if you will just do like this star, now the output will be like a list. Look, must be a list or tuple. Okay, so you can't do star here, you can do in between. So item 1 comma star item 2, I guess it should work. Yeah, so print star item 2. Look, I mean print, I have put the print function, so it is giving it as a like it is just literally iterating on it, and it's giving it as output. So here you will see, but let's see why this error. What was the error? Let's check the error, understand the error. Star items. So it is saying start assignment target must be a list or tuple. start assignment target must be a list or tuple, but it is not a list or tuple. The output is as a list as a tuple. Okay, got it. So one more thing, let's see this test. I just called this function. It is not returning any, it is returning true. So I've just used the print statement. So print is like making a variable and printing doing it for me. So it's like it's giving me true. It's fine, completely fine. Now understand there is something called args, and where are the args and k args, which is like keyword arguments. Okay, k args are here. Got it. Arguments. Okay. So information passed into a function is called arguments. You know this. We can pass multiple arguments with comma as a separator, as you have seen this. Num1, num2, and a number of arguments. But just imagine if you're calling a function and that function don't know like how many arguments it gonna receive. There, how many arguments the user will send. So it's like you are working on a data engineering problem and user can send n number of input files. You ask to your customer, send me 2 files, but he said that no, I can send any number of files, not like two is not fixed. It depends how many files we receive. So I can send you n number of files. Your pipeline should be like this, so it can accept the n number of arguments because you already deal with the stakeholders. Here, this thing we can see. So here, there are n number of childs you can provide, and I am accepting as a arbitrary arguments, which is star args. Star represent arbitrary. So here what I'm saying, the youngest child is the kid at the 0th index. Because you just provided me this argument. I don't care how many kids are there. You can put 4 as well. So I mean 4 not exist, 4 index. You can put, if you say, I mean the main motive is like you are providing n number of arguments. Okay. You can add one more. You can add one more, which is Pepe. Okay. And you can access the child at index 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The youngest child is Pepe. So this is how you're providing the n number of arguments. Then something is called arbitrary keyword arguments, which is called star star k args, which is keyword. K stands for keyword arguments. You can send arguments with a key value pair, with a q like a dictionary, key and value syntax. And the argument order does not matter because you are accessing it by with the help of key. Here the argument order is like the fourth child is and the fourth child is the child's fourth index is Pepe, first index is Emily, something like that. But here it's like key value. So dictionary are also not indexed because there you not access dictionary elements by index, you access by key and key by the keys. So here you have provided made a function, my function. You have provided it. You are saying that I will provide the keyword arguments. To differentiate arguments from keyword arguments, you just have to add one more star. So it is my function you called, and then function name. I mean first argument f name, and then second arguments L name, first name, last name. And then you want to access the last name of a child. So you said, okay, child is my keyword argument, and inside child, I have to access this key, L name. You got it. I will provide one more key because these are keyword arguments, which is key is f name, value is the name. L name is key, and then there's some value, and then M name is the key, and there's some value. And then you can also access M name. Let's make you can print, you can return whatever you have to do in function. I'm just printing it. You say M name. Look. So if you're providing m name at last or m name in middle, it doesn't matter. And because you are accessing the elements with the help of key. So these are called keyword arguments, star star k args. When I was learning function, I was so confused in this basic thing, but now I'm clear. Got it? Any question? Anyone? Okay. So one more thing is there, something is called default parameter. I mean, user said to you, I will send the two parameters, okay? But if suppose you have to calculate the statistics of the countries, user said, okay, I will send you the city name and the country. Double star का reason, because double star represent KRs, keyword argument. Single star represent arguments. So it's like use your common sense. There are two similar things, kind of similar, and you want to differentiate. So you will refer them by different name. Okay, just to have a differentiation. So that's why double star represent keyword arguments, single star represent arguments. Now default parameter. I am from country. Let's provide a country, city name, and then country. City name is, let's provide London, and then country is UK. Okay. But what happened? The user is saying that I can provide you the city name and country name, but what all of my default user base are from India and from, let's say, New Delhi. And if user forgot to provide any argument, then there are some argument you can say they are default arguments here you have made in your function. If he will send me something, then it's fine. If he forgot to send me something, then I already have some default values, so my code will not break. So suppose if he forgot to send UK, but he sent you the city name, so it will print like I am from India, which is my country, which is my this country, and then I'm accessing the argument value on the basis of this keys country, and my city is London, because he forgot to send me the country name. But now if he forgot to send me both of the names, now it is like I am from New Delhi, and the country is I'm from India, New Delhi. So these are called default parameters. This is how you can provide a default parameters to a function. You can also return. You can just write return, and this is a string. This is a string. You can return string. I mean, you can also do something like, just for the clarification, you made a new variable and then you have put this string. Now you are like return. Now return me this string. So you are like return me this string. So it will not work like this. I mean, it can work like this, and it can work like this as well. Directly, you are just saying, just return me this thing. Just return me this string. Instead of assigning a new variable, you are saying directly return this. Don't make a new variable. What happened? Yeah, something is called f string. Something is called f string, because if you want to access the these names, these variables, you have to provide the f string. I guess I have explained this in my previous string lecture. So something is called, I guess I can show you. I don't know where I can find this f string thing. Look, this format and this format map, this format. So there are many methods of formatting a string. Uh, you can use dot format, or you can also use the f, in short, this f string as well. So return f. No, we're not returning f. We are returning the whole string. We are not returning f. We are returning the whole string. Yeah, we are returning this whole string. This is how you use the f string. I want to return the whole string. So that's why it's just for formatting. It's for string formatting. Let's go back. Let's not make you confused. Okay. Okay. I mean, you are just want to print. You don't want to return or something. So you can use it like this. So here what the motive is to teach the default arguments. So focus on that thing. This is how you provide the default arguments. Now come to, you called it, and then if something is missing, it will take the default arguments and print it. Something is called variable scoping in Python as well. So there are these type of scoping. I mean, some people will only teach you two type of scoping, local and global, but there are more scoping. I mean, if we give them name, local scoping, global scoping, and closed scoping, built-in scoping. Built-in scoping, first understand this. Built-in scope refer to the reserved keyword that Python use, like the print, def, for, in. So these are the built-in keywords. Okay. Function with built-in scope can be accessed at any level, which means throughout your program. If I suppose this is a code base. Okay, this is a huge code base of huge code base. I can use the reserve keyword anywhere. Here I can use in. Okay, it's fine. Nobody's stopping me. Here I can use the break. Nobody's stopping me. So these reserve keyword has access throughout the program, throughout the scope of your of your of your program, throughout the scope of your program. Let's see what is global scoping, what is local scoping of variables. Let's see. I I could have told you this is scoping in when we were learning variables, but it not make sense without understanding the functions. Now you understood the function. Let's see. Okay. Here it's the global scope of the variable. Okay. It's the global scope of the variable. You made a variable, and then you are saying, you are calling your function, you are saying to the function, let me give you a nice example. Just wait. Let me think what I can do for you guys. Let me give you a nice example. Mm, okay. I can make how to give you scoping. Okay, let's see this. Okay. Local scope. So global scope of the variable. I make a variable, my global, assign a value 20 to it. I made a function, def fn1, and what I did, def fn1, what I did, I made a local variable inside it, assign a value to 5, and then print access to global, and then my variable name, my global. I assume that you guys understanding these syntax and all. Now you're familiar with the Python syntax. Okay. And then I called my function, which is fn1. Now you can see this is my global variable, but this is my function, and this is my local variable. Now if I inside the function, I can access this variable. I can access this, my global. Let's do one more thing. My global plus 10. Let's do this. Now it will become 30. Now I have access to global variable inside the function. That is called the global scope. Now let's try one more thing. I want to try access this local v. Now I will say print, can see, can't access local, and then local v. Just trying to access the variable. You will see here access to global variable was there when I called the function, but outside the function I'm trying to access this variable, which is saying name local variable is not defined, which means the scope of this variable is within the function. That is called the local, that is called the local scoping. The scoping inside the function is called the local scoping. The scope of this variable is local. Throughout the program, it can't be accessed. It can only be accessed inside the function. If you will see local v plus 10. So you can see it can only be accessed inside the function. It is adding 10 and printing 15. Guys, got it? Local and global scoping. Local means if you define outside, it has the access everywhere. Do you guys got it? Local and local scoping and then global scoping. Yes, good. You can make this variable global, which is a wrong habit. What what function says, whatever, because this variable is global, you can change it throughout the program. You will lost its original instance. So making global variables is a wrong practice. We should always make the local variables, but it's not possible every time. So that's why we are learning now. I put global keyword and then try to make this variable global local v, and then this is how we defined. Then we said local v made global equal to 5. So this is my variable name. Control Z, Control C. Now you will see. Now I want to access the variable, this local v made global, outside the function. This is function. I want to access it outside the function. That's not called the function at all. You will see. You will see again. It is saying this local v made global is not defined. Why? Because we made this variable. We made this variable inside the function. Okay, and we just want to try. Let's make it global with the help of this global keyword. This is not the way how the things work. You should always use the global keyword at the right place, or uh, at the right place. How can I put it into words? At the right place, not like you can't. It is not like inside the function you just made a variable and named it as global, and then it will start working. It will throw the error like this. What the error it is saying? It is saying can't access local. Instead I made it as a global variable, but the position where I made it as a global variable, it's wrong. Now let's check this global keyword with example. Here you will see, if I just make this, okay, and assign it something, and made this variable global. I made this variable global and assigned it 5. Now you will see it can access the variable. It can access this variable because now this variable is global. With the help of global keyword, this variable is global. Which, I mean, if you will contradict my statement like Q Karthik, you have defined this outside and now you are accessing it outside, so it makes sense. Yeah, it is. But to give reference to a programmer, whether what this variable type is. So to give reference to a programmer, I have made it global with the help of global keyword. So whenever someone will come and see, he can say, okay, this variable is not limited to this function scope. Someone outside is also using it, so I will be careful because someone said, okay, it's a global variable. Understood? It's not like this global keyword makes some variable global. It's just for the reference of the programmer. Okay, this is the global variable with the help of this global keyword. That's why when last time when we were trying to do this, it was giving error. It was giving error to me last time. Now somewhere reference is created. That's why this is working, because this reference was created somewhere in the memory. That's why this is working. So this is how the global and local scoping work. Now learn one more scoping which nobody will tell you: enclosed scoping, which is, here we will see text enclosed scoping. What this means? So suppose um, let's use this is my function. Oh. My global equal to 30. Then I've defined my function, and then en enclosed enclosed variable equal to 8, and then I made a nested function which is function inside function, which is again, you can also do this function inside function. And then I said, I made a local variable again, assign 5 to it. Let's assign 10, assign 5 to it. And then I said print, I said print access to global, which is my global. Then again I said print access to enclosed, okay, which is access to enclosed. Then here I called the function to here how you call the function, you know, if you want to call the function, just call the function name and then provide the arguments. If this function 2 is not receiving any arguments, so I've just called it empty function. Same with the function 1 as well. So when I will run this program, you can see on the console, you can see the output. Access to global is there, but this function scope, this variable scope was local to this function. This, okay, this was limited to this function 1, but I tried to access this variable inside another function 2, and it worked. So this means inner functions, like no matter if I make another inner function, okay, another inner function, no matter how many function I make, innermost function have always access to the everything from the outside function. This is called enclosed scoping. Got it? You guys got it? Enclosed scoping. Show you again. Okay, cool. The access to enclose at level uh like at function 3, if I say, and then I will call this function 3 here. Function 3. You will see. You will see enclosed scoping access is always there, because this is the local scoping. So innermost function, whatever the innermost function will come, they always have access to this variable. Okay, so 3 types of scopings are done. And then this is how this global keyword, I told you how this global keyword is used. Now it's 6, and then Python dictionary is there. So what I am planning for the Python dictionaries, how long this class recording is, like 2 hours. Okay. Python recording. This is the dictionary. Now we have reached to dictionary, and there are some dictionary methods. Okay. After dictionary, I have to tell you this list comprehension and all. And dictionary is not very lengthy, but it's important as well. So I'm just thinking, should I finish dictionary today or tomorrow? I mean, now you guys are familiar with most of the things, because after dictionary, we will see the searching sorting algorithms, which is very important. How the searching work, how the sorting work in Python. Okay, let's do it tomorrow, because it's not too much work. Just dictionaries are there. Now you're familiar with most of the syntax and all. We will complete the dictionary, see the dictionary tomorrow. And tomorrow we will also learn one more thing, which is searching, sorting algorithms. We will not focus on all the algorithms, but we will see how the searching, sorting thing work in Python. And then after that, one more class will be of OOPS and error handling. oops and error handling, and then Python is done. And after that, we will see and explore the new topics, which again I'm telling could be theoretical and practical as well in data engineering. SQL is there. Learn SQL from Durgesh. Join his class. Ping him. He will add you. Join his class anyhow. SQL is there. These two things are important. And then after that, whatever the syllabus I have put, I will slowly go through each of the topics. Cool. So see you guys in next class, which is tomorrow. We will study dictionary and we will also go through the searching sorting algorithms. Okay, see you. Bye.